Today's lesson is on verbs like gustar. So we're going to be talking about other verbs that follow the same pattern as gustar. But first, let's review gustar. You should have your note-taking sheet out, so make sure you have that out. If you don't, you can go on to Blackboard, Unit 3, Lesson 1, and then under the link to this video, there will be a Word document that you can print out the note-taking sheet. Okay, so do you remember how to conjugate the verb gustar before we go to other similar verbs? Gustar is conjugated completely different. So how do you say I like? Okay. It's me gusta, correct? You like is te gusta. You do not have to write this down on your sheet. It's just a review. Okay, le gusta is he, she, or you like. Now remember that the me, te, le agrees with the person. The me, te, le, nos is the person, and the gustar, gustan is the thing, okay, that you like or that you don't like. So me, te, le, nos, os, right? You all, Spain, like, and then les is the you all, they. Okay, so here's the formula, which you can actually write down. It's the formula for gustar as well as verbs like verbs that are similar to it. There's probably about 10 of them, I believe. So on the formula on your sheet, you have the modifier, which is the indirect object, which we'll go over in a second. That's a mi, a ti. Then you have the indirect object pronoun, which is me, te, le, nos, os, les, the verb gustar, and then the subject. And as you remember, the verb always agrees with the subject. Now here's an example of the different parts of speech. A ella is the indirect object. And then you have the indirect object pronoun, which is le. A ella always agrees with le. Always agrees with le. This is the person right here. And then gusta always agrees with comer. Comer is singular, so gusta is singular. Here's the formula again. And now I'm going to give you 4 boxes. These are actually, like I said, the indirect objects or the modifiers. So you're going to write these down in the box. I would suggest that you color code the accent mark over the me, because it does have an accent mark. Now with all of these, you have to have the a in front of it. You cannot just have me. These are modifiers, though. You don't necessarily need them all the time. The only time you might really need them is in the third person, because you're not sure who is the le or les is talking about. And of course, these are pronouns, but you can also put proper names in there. Instead of saying a él, you could say Jose. Now the next thing in this formula that is absolutely essential is you have to have the indirect object pronoun. Me, te, le, nos, os, les. You have to have that in there. The modifier is for emphasis, and many times you don't need it. Then here's the new list of the verbs like gustar, so I want you to write all those down in the third box. Encantar, faltar, fascinar, interesar, importar, parecer, molestar, and quedar. All of them end in AR except for one, so that helps you with your endings. And then you have the subject. So you might want to pause this. So if the subject is singular or a verb, then the verbs like gustar are singular. If the subject is plural, then the verbs like gustar are plural. Okay, the next section is your list of vocabulary. Encantar is to delight or to love a thing, not a person. It's more than liking. It's loving something. Faltar is to be lacking. Fascinar, it's a cognate, means the same in English as it does in Spanish. Interesar, a cognate. Importar, another cognate. Parecer is to seem or to appear. Molestar, molestar is to bother. And quedar is to fit. We're going to talk about to fit. That's a vocab word. It actually, you have other expressions with it, like to fit poorly, to fit well, to fit tightly, etc. Quedar bien, quedar mal, quedar apretado, etc. Okay, so what do you do with these verbs like gustar? Again, you have to have the me, te, le, nos, os, les for the person, and then the verb like gustar, if it's encantar, faltar, whatever it is, has to agree with the subject, whatever's right after it. So you'll need to fill in the blanks on the second side of this note-taking sheet, and then under number 1, you're going to write a Marta le encanta la falda. Marta goes with the le. I would suggest you put arrows as well. Marta is modifying the person. Encanta is modifying the thing that you love. So here, la falda is singular, so encanta is singular. And this means Martha loves the skirt or the skirt delights Martha. Either way you want to read it. These things don't translate directly. Number 2, a ti y a mí nos importa estar de moda. A ti y a mí in front of both of the people here. You need the a, modifying nos. You have to have the nos in there. And then importa is agreeing with being in style. To be in style is a verb. And there's 2 verbs right next to each other. The second one isn't conjugated, so it's singular. Okay? It is important to you and me to be in style. The verb gustar is plural when the subject is plural. A vosotros os quedaron apretados los pantalones. So here, a vosotros goes with os. Do you really need a vosotros? Not really. But it's up to you. Quedaron goes with los pantalones. Los pantalones is plural, so quedaron has to be plural. You notice that we have this in the preterite. It doesn't matter what tense we use. The same thing. Third person singular, third person plural. So if what we were talking about was a skirt, a vosotros os quedó apretado. I'm sorry, the dress. Let's do the dress. I guess it doesn't matter. El vestido. El vestido is singular. And then we would say quedó. Okay. The pants fit you tightly. It doesn't matter the tense. Third person singular, plural, you always use, no matter what tense you're using. Okay, let's do a little bit of practice. I'm going to do the first one for you. If you feel like you can do it by yourself, then stop this, try it, and then let's compare it. Okay, so this first one is in the present tense. So you know that encantar has to be conjugated in the present tense. So when you change this, you have the a mí. In the a mí, you need me with it. And then with encantar, las botas is plural, so it has to be encantan. So a mí goes with the me, encantan goes with las botas. So pause the next one, do the next one, and then come back. The next one is a Emilio, le, goes with le. You have to have the le in there. Interesó goes with estar de moda. Did you put it in the preterite tense? If it was in the present tense, it would be interesa. Okay, before you do number 3, that's the preterite. So this one's either going to be importó or importaron. Okay, a mis padres goes with les. Okay, the me, te, le, nos, os, les. And then importaron goes with deportes because deportes is plural. Last one says it's present tense. So it either has to be queda or quedan depending on what we're talking about here. And then the first part we have to figure out here if it's me, te, le, nos, os, les. So a mi madre y a mí goes with nos, quedan goes with las sandalias. So write down any questions that you have, and we'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.